If you like, again, putting that left hand up to the side of the head, finger at the ear. Again, put just a little bit of weight with that hand, creating a little bit more of a stretch to the side of the neck. And then releasing that hand. Again, a couple more times, just rock that head out side to side, right, left, right. And then when you're ready, bringing that chin back down to your chest. And if you'd like, you can interlace those fingers behind your head, place them at the back of the head, and draw the elbows forward again, not pulling on the head, but just the weight of the arms coming forward to stretch the back of the neck. And lifting those elbows out, releasing those hands, bringing that head up. And then you can open up those eyes if they're not already open. Inhaling the arms up and exhaling and folding forward. So forward fold, head, chest, and body coming as far forward as you can go. Just let those knees drop out. Let those hips open. Let that low back open. And continue to breathe. If you feel any release, always feel free to go a little deeper. If you feel that body screaming at you, then feel free to listen to that body and back out of that posture a little bit. Taking it wherever works for you. And then with a nice deep inhale to tighten that core and that belly, picking that head up first and then that chest, and then all that body comes up together. We're gonna come up onto all fours to hands on our knees into a tabletop position, knees underneath those hips, hands underneath those shoulders, spreading those fingers nice and wide. And just letting those feet down behind the knees, making way to cat and cow as you round that back, bring that chin in towards your chest. Check that chin in towards your spine as you move into cat. Taking a couple nice deep breaths here, inhale and exhale. And as you look at those knees, take a look, they're about hip distance apart, feet, legs resting behind the knee. You should be able to see those as you look through. And then as we make our way into cow, that tailbone lifts up behind us. And take our gaze light forward. And lift that heart and that chest and all the way up, keeping that belly pulled in nice and tight towards the spine, letting those abdominals go. Keep that belly strong. And then here in through cat, at your own pace, round and reverse, let that spine, taking that stretch. Inhale and exhale. One more time each way. Make our way to a neutral spine, whatever a flat back might be for you. Find that flat back here, and then let's take the left leg out behind us, and then taking the right arm out in front. Just starting with a little bit of spinal balance for just a moment. Just find some balance, find a place where you can reach long through the arm, reach long through that leg, point the toe, reach the fingers forward. Gain some support just side or in front of that hand, out of your mat, keeping that neck in line with that spine. You can find a little bit of balance, come and hold. You're going to take that right hand down. We're going to open up into a modified half moon on our knees. We're just going to roll to the side, open up, taking that right hand underneath that shoulder, left arm above that left shoulder, and taking that left leg out nice and long for hip. So coming into a modified half moon, coming to a place right here to find a little bit of stability into this posture once we get to standing. If you need a little help with getting stabilized and balanced, you can always lower that leg for a moment and lift it as you find that balance. And then from here, if you can, reach, grab the ankle into the palm of the hand, and just open that hip. Find a little balance, find a little hip, opening front of that left hip. And as you're doing that, try and take that heel away from that body as you open up through that hip. Take a stretch also through that shoulder. And from here, let's release that leg, release that arm, and back again to our modified half moon. then from here, we're just gonna rotate back down towards our mat, coming down, this time onto the forearms, elbows underneath the shoulders. Hands can come together, give me a couple cat-cows here. So round and reverse, take the pressure off that right wrist. Just a little bit different stretch on the spine with those elbows down versus those hands being up. A couple more times, round and reverse. And then from here, we'll come back up onto those hands, come back onto those knees. And this time, right leg goes back behind you and our left arm comes out in front. So just first coming to find some balance, taking the focal point down on your mat. Help find your balance. Try and bring that body to a nice, quiet, still place. Come and hold. And if you find objects in your way, just use them to help with a little bit of stability. And then from here, placing that left hand down, here we're gonna rotate, open up again into our modified half moon. So when we get to this posture, when we're standing, if you need this option, it's a fine option to take, to go down to your knee if you need more balance and more stability, because it does still require balance. Try to spin and turn that hip open, take that right arm up, reach high. And again, if you need help for getting adjusted to your stability here, you can first pick that toe down and lift that leg up as needed, but come and find that place where you can take a little bit of time just to hold yourself here, trying to take that right arm right above that right shoulder, opening it through that chest, opening it through that hip. And all the while, continue to breathe. Looking anywhere it's comfortable, I would say with that neck. If you're comfortable looking down, if you're looking forward or up, depends on that neck stability. Really what's most comfortable for you. One more breath. And then from here, just gonna spin ourselves back to center. Once again, down onto those elbows and those forearms, and a couple cat-cows here, round and reverse. Give that back a nice big stretch. One more time each way. And then we'll come back to a nice neutral spine. And then from here, coming up onto those hands, back to the hands and knees, back to our tabletop, warming up that core a little bit, just curl those toes and lift those knees so they're hovering right above the ground. So pull that belly in nice and tight, lift the knees, fingers spread wide, nice stable base underneath those shoulders. Just hover those knees and hold. One more breath. And then from here, we'll come down onto those knees for a moment, feet together, sit back to child's pose. Extend those arms out in front, forehead down. Reach those arms long as you take yourself and sit back onto those heels. Give that back a nice big stretch. Nice, those shoulders and those arms a nice big stretch. And remember, all the while, continue to breathe. Inhale, exhale. The most important thing is not how you breathe. If you breathe in through your nose and out through your nose, or etc., is that you do breathe. Because lack of oxygen to those muscles is the first things that can make those muscles cramp. So just make sure you're breathing somehow. One more nice deep breath. And inhale, lifting that head up. And then let's make our way to our downward facing dog. Curl your toes, lift your hips, and push back into those heels as we come into our downward facing dog. So as you come into your down dog, settle in, settle back into those heels. Press that chest away from the arms, lift that tailbone up, and push back. Always keeping that head relaxed. If you need to, you can shake that head out. Do some yeses and some nos. But remember, that neck is an extension of that spine. Always keeping that neck and that head in mind. And then from here, we're gonna look towards the hands, and we're just gonna walk the feet up to the hands to a standing forward fold. So bringing that head, that chest, and that body towards those legs, lengthen those hamstrings, lengthen those legs. Bring it all together, best as you can. And here, if you can get the hands down to the great ground, great. If not, you can always keep the hands somewhere to help. If you have a block, you can use that. If you don't have a block, you can always improvise. There's lots of things you probably have sitting around your house, maybe even a book, maybe a roller, anything that you can use to help yourself while we're home is always welcome. If you can, with the arms rest, take the hands down by your side, lengthen those hamstrings, lengthen that back, again, as you bring it all together. And then from here, let's inhale to a nice flat back. Take that gaze out over the feet, over towards the end of your mat. Long hamstrings, push those hamstrings back behind you. Pull the crown of the head forward. And then exhale, release back to that forward fold. And then as we inhale, we're gonna reverse swan dive up to standing, arms out to the side, head up, chest up and flat back as we make our way all the way up to standing. Bring the hands round and to our heart center. And as we next move into a little bit of balance, we have lots of props at home. If you need help with balance, feel free to grab something you can hold on to. But we're gonna start by balancing on that left leg. So if you need help with balance to start in our tree pose, starting with those hands at our heart center, you can start with that toe and that foot out to the side, and you can migrate that leg in as you can. You can lift that leg up. If you need to pull that leg up, feel free to bring that foot up, but just avoiding where that knee bends. So as you come into your tree pose, find what works for you. If you need something for stability, find it. And then if you need to take a little bit of a challenge, you can take those arms up. You can open that tree. You can also close the eyes. You can come to a little bit of a back bend. You can take your gaze somewhere else if you need challenge. You can take that head up, just depending on what you need, what works best for you. Some of you I see are trees in paradise, just finding that place. And again, if you need that help with balance, find something you can hold on to, something that will help you. One more nice deep breath. And then from here, if those hands have come anywhere else, bring those hands back to your heart center. And then go ahead and release. And you can give that leg a shake. You can put that foot down. That leg you're standing on has had a little bit of work. Or just shake it out. You know, when you see your dog shaking, it really actually kind of feels good. All right, so here we go. Next up, moving on to the other side. So when you're ready, find again that balance on that right leg. Again, if you need to start with a kickstand, you can start wide. You can keep a kickstand here. You can lift a little. If you'd like to bring that leg up, just make sure it's coming anywhere except for that knee joint. And again, just starting simple, starting with those hands at that heart center, drawing that knee out and open, standing up nice and tall, finding a focal point, something that's not moving may help. And then if you'd like to challenge, if you'd like to change, feel free to go wherever works for you. And again, if you want more challenge, the easiest thing to do to add challenge to any posture, even if you've got both feet on the floor, is to close your eyes. It just adds a different element of stability, different element in general. So do what works for you. Just find that place. You can just remain for a moment. Strong and steady. Again, if you need help with balance, find something. Hold on. Standing up nice and tall. Trying to get that spine nice and long. Trying to draw that knee out and open. And you're going to be using that left foot to push onto the inside of that thigh to help with that stability and that balance. But just make sure you're not putting crushing pressure there. Just standing up nice and tall. Continue to balance. Continue to hold. Find that place that works for you. Couple more breaths. Inhale and exhale. And then from here, bringing those hands back down to that heart center. And when you're ready, just go ahead and let that leg slide, release. And again, give that right leg a little bit of love, a little bit of shake. And then when you are ready, we're going to be making your way all the way up to the front of your mat. Nice deep breath, inhale. And then as you exhale, we're going to fold forward. So when you're ready, coming back down into that forward fold, chest body coming towards those legs, lengthen. And hopefully you guys don't mind, but I'll be moving around as my orientation to face you, orientation to the side, just so you guys can see what's going on, but you don't need to mirror me. If you're good just following with hearing what I'm saying and taking an occasional glance, just stay where you are and go with what works for you. But I will be flipping and flopping around a lot. And then from here, hands down, you can walk or you can jump into a plank pose. So coming back into a nice strong plank, hands underneath those shoulders, belly pulled in nice and tight, looking out somewhere just in front of those hands, fingers spread nice and wide. And also to try and spread those toes nice and wide for a nice strong stable base, holding your plank, pulling that belly in. And then from here, we're going to chaturanga. Before we do, use the toes to push the shoulders slightly in front of the wrist. Bend the elbows like you're doing a tricep push-up. Coming down, you can release from those toes to your up dog, tops of the thighs or the feet, lifting that chest and lengthening through that belly. And then curling those toes, lift those hips, and making your way back into your downward facing dog. So coming back into that down dog, pushing those heels back, taking that chest, pushing it away from those hands. And at the same time, we're lifting that tailbone up as we push it back. And then from here, lifting that right leg up nice and high behind you to your down dog splits. You're going to bend that knee, swing that leg forward underneath the body through plank in between the hands. So trying to get that foot all the way forward in between those hands. And then from here, we're just going to go down onto that back knee and come down into a low lunge. So we're going to drop that foot and then just lift that chest up, take the arms up and come into a low lunge. Now your low lunge, as you're situated here, that front knee is over the ankle. A little in front, always okay, but you don't want to have that knee and that leg behind that knee so that you're overstretching those tendons and like lifting the knee. Best place is right above, that knee right above the ankle, or you can always take that stretch a little wider. You can have that ankle and lower leg in front, but never behind. So just take a couple breaths right here. As we're here, we're taking that left hip, pushing that left hip under, tucking it under. And again, looking anywhere it's comfortable for you. Find your place. And then from here, let's take that left hand back, either to that heel, if you can get there, if not somewhere on the back side of that leg. So you can take it to that thigh, or you can even take it to your hip. But if you can get it to that heel, reach back. You can take that right arm. Just take a little bit of stretch here. Again, taking that left hip, tucking and pushing it under as you take that lean back. Come and breathe. If you're not comfortable looking up, you can look down, looks forward, anywhere that's comfortable for your head and your neck. One more nice deep breath, and then with a deep inhale, take that hand back, lift ourselves back up into that low lunge. And we're just going to curl that back toe and lift ourselves up into a high lunge. Now, if you need to, you can take those hands down, help yourself up. But if you can, curl your toe and lift yourself up into your high lunge. So again, if you needed that assistance getting up, you can help lift yourself. If you still need extra assistance and a high lunge isn't working for you today, feel free to drop that knee and go into a low lunge. So just finding some stability however you can. Breathe, inhale, exhale. One more nice deep breath. And as we make our way into warrior two, open up through that hip, open up through those arms, and come onto the inside of the left leg and bend into that front knee. So now bringing both legs to a stable place because they're both on the ground. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. As we reach long, you can look out over those fingertips. But again, if you have any neck issues, anywhere you can look or prefer to look is good with me. As you bend into that front knee, same thing applies with that knee placement we had in our low lunge. That knee's over that ankle, a little behind, fine, not out over. If you can't see yourself in your video, if I'm on your video, then you want to look for those toes. If you can still see those toes without having to go look for them, you're probably good. Also too, forgot to say this earlier, if you are seeing yourself on your video and you want to see me, if you double click on me, it should bring me to full view. But if you want to watch yourself, feel free. Just listen to me or watch me in small mode. Totally fine with that. All right, and before we go into our side angle, I want you to take that right arm and rest it above that right knee. And first, let's just take that left arm up nice and long. So just take that left arm up, reaching, trying to get that arm up above that shoulder. And then from here, we're going to take that left arm overhead. So taking that reach long to the side, you can keep that right arm above that knee. You can release that arm into the inside of that leg. You can do whatever works for you. But what I want you to make sure is not happening with that left arm is that your face is disappearing and you're coming into your arm. I want you to try and spin that chest open, reach that arm long, keep that shoulder back as best as you can. And again, you don't need to take that right arm and take it anywhere else. You can keep it resting above that knee. Just make sure you're putting it right on that knee joint. So just come and hold and breathe. A couple more nice deep breaths. Inhale, exhale. And then from here, as we release that arm, we're going to bring those hands down beside that foot, on either side of that foot. And then we're going to send that leg, that right leg back behind us, back into our down dog splits. Send that leg back, ankle forward to a one-legged plank. So it becomes plank. We've got that leg extended long, hands over the shoulders, belly pulled in tight. Now, didn't mention this before, but if you need to modify your plank, you can always come to a knee. But if you can, just hold your plank just for a few breaths. And then from here, again, use your toes, shoulders slightly in front of the wrist, to chaturanga, lower down to your up dog, lifting up to your down dog. Curl your toes, lift your hips, and push back into those heels. Also, if down dog's not working for you today as a resting posture, you can always choose child pose, which could be more restful at any point in your practice, or it could just be what your body needs at this point in your practice. Just come to a comfortable, quiet place, collect your breath, collect your thoughts. And then when you're ready, lifting that left leg up behind you. Again, those down dog splits to start. Bend the knee underneath, through to the hands. When you're ready, inhale, bring yourself up to that high lunge. And then just for a moment to that high lunge, so we're just going to drop down to that back knee into a low lunge. So as you get yourself situated, again, take a look at the knee placement. If you can't see yourself in your video, take a look for those toes. Make sure as you're looking for the toes, you're not having to go look for them, because if you have to look for them, you'll find them, but they could be in that modified or that placement that would not be good for that knee. So just find a place, breathe, lift long, those arms reaching as long or as high as you can. And then from here, again, if you can, right hand comes back to that heel. If you can get there, you can take a reach back, all the while tucking and pushing that right hip under and forward. If you can't get there, you can take the hand to the hip, take a little bend, do whatever works. You can always just stay where we were if that works for you too. So just coming here, take a few breaths, little hip opener, little heart opener. Little balancer also. One more nice deep breath. And again, as you inhale, nice tight core. Belly can always help support you and protect you to bring yourself back to our low lunge. And then again here, either take those hands down or just curl your toe and lift yourself up into that high lunge. So coming up into that high lunge, taking a couple nice deep breaths here. And then once again to our warrior two, drop onto the inside of the back foot, open up the arms, open up the hips, and come into that warrior two. So as we come here, get you a nice, strong, stable place that works for you. Now, if you're not as stable with those legs as far apart, you can always take your legs a little closer. Just the closer those legs are, the less you'll be able to bend into that knee. And that is totally fine if your warrior's here. If your warrior's here, if your warrior's a little further apart, just really depends on you. But you just want to make sure you're checking that knee placement, having that knee again over the ankle, a little behind, always okay, but not out in front. Just continue to breathe. Take a couple breaths right here. And if you're feeling any pressure in that back knee, you can always lift up that back heel and just aim it down towards the left corner of your mat. So instead of having that foot straight on and perpendicular, opening up that angle a little bit with that heel can help alleviate that pressure in that knee. And then as we make our way to that side angle, again, first, before we get to the side angle, left elbow above that left knee, taking that right arm up, and just taking that chest, trying to lift and reach as high as possible above the shoulder as best as possible. And then from here, taking that arm overhead, reaching to that side angle. And again, that left hand can stay there. Just make sure with that right arm that you're not letting that chest and that arm come to the front. You're opening that chest, you're opening that arm, spinning it open as we reach forward. And again, left arm anywhere you'd like. If you'd like to release and take it down to the ground, just depends on where you are and what works for you. Couple more nice deep breaths here. Inhale and exhale. And then from here, again, releasing those hands down beside that foot, sending that leg back behind you, back into your downward splits. Angle forward to that one-legged plank. So come to that plank, point that toe, pull that belly in. Nice long, long spine. Come and hold. A couple breaths right here. And then again, slowly chaturanga, lower down, release both legs to your up dog and to your down dog when you're ready. So coming back into that down dog, pushing that body weight back into those heels, getting chest away from the arms. Take a couple breaths right here. And if you can, push a little further back into those heels. Get those heels a little closer. Down onto the earth if they're not already there. And breathe. And then when you're ready, lifting that right leg up behind you, nice and high, to those down dog splits again. You're gonna bend that knee, swing it forward, and coming in between those hands. But before we go any further, we're just gonna come into our half moon. We're gonna take our body weight onto that right leg and lift that left leg up. And then here, as you can, you're gonna actually take our way into warrior three first. Go ahead and lift that head, that chest. Take the arms back behind you. Now, this is a perfect example of if you have something to help you balance, that you can always just try and get yourself into that posture and hold on to something. Or if you have blocks, or you have something you can use to help you, you can help keep that balance, because a lot of times when I see people trying to do this, the problem is the fear of coming with that head all the way parallel to the floor. Bringing that head there freaks people out a lot, so they never quite get there. They're kind of always here. So if you have something to hold on to, there's nothing to freak out about, correct? Correct. All right, arms can come back by the side, tuck those arms in, and then if you'd like, you can bring the arms forward. So if you can, swing the arms forward, out in front. And then we're just gonna bring the hands down to the ground. You're gonna take that right hand down to the ground if you can. You're gonna take that left arm up along with that leg and try and spin and open up at those hips. And now here, if you need to, again, you can grab something to hold on to. But if you can, coming into your half moon, if this is a little too much, you can always come back to your knee and do your modified half moon on the knee. So picking that choice, whatever works for you. Again, though, if you need help with balance, find something. Again, it doesn't even have to be a yoga block. I'm just using my foam roller. Got a yoga block though, just because I have one, you can use something else. Do what works. Find something to hold on to if you need it. Do what you can. One more breath. And then we're going to release that leg and take it to the side. And just go ahead and come into a forward fold. Bicycle those legs out. If that feels good, shift the weight from one side to the other. And then when you're ready, equal weight pulling up through both legs in your forward fold. Take a moment, take a breath before we go to the other side. And then when you're ready, hands down, walk or jump to a plank. Come to a nice strong plank, belly pulled in tight, look forward out in front of those hands. Toes, push the shoulders slightly in front of the wrists. Chaturanga to your up dog. And then to your down dog when you're ready. And then that left leg lifts up behind you. And just lift high, bend the knee, swing it forward. Remember, we're going to start here as we push off with that right leg, come to balance on the left. And then as you can, warrior three is where we're headed. Lift your body up, peel your chest up, take the arms back. And again, if you need help with balance, find something to balance and hold on to. Try and lengthen that leg. I see my great nephew Noah doing the yoga. Good job, Noah. That's awesome. So again, find the balance if you'd like. Move the arms forward. Just try and keep that left leg nice and long as best as you can. And then from here, again, drop the hands. You're gonna take that left hand down to the ground. We're gonna try and open up that right hip and reach that right arm up. One side might work a little better than the other. Do what you can. Look anywhere it's comfy. Try and take that right hip, open it up. Make that left leg nice and long. Take that right arm up over the shoulder, left arm underneath. So come again to your half moon. If you need to, go to your knee. Do what works. Couple more breaths. Inhale, exhale. One more. And then release that leg back to the forward fold. And shift the body weight, bicycle, bicycle. As that left hip might have felt a little, left thigh, just depends. So it feels good when you're ready. And just come into that forward fold. So come and breathe, hold. Inhale, exhale. One more time, hands down, walk or jump to your plank. One more time on our nice strong plank. Belly pulled in, looking up in front of those hands. And then from here, slowly chaturanga to your up dog. And one last time to your down dog. Push back into those heels, just away from the arms. And just come and hold here for a few breaths. And then from here to your knees, to child's pose. Feet together, knees apart, wherever's comfy. Just go ahead and take those arms and reach long and forward. Sitting back onto those heels. Reaching long through those arms, forehead down. Sit back as best as you can. And then just a little stretch for our arms in a moment. While we're here, walking those arms together so that those fingers are touching if you can. So if you can, walk the hands together so the thumbs touch from your wider stance to bringing it together. So if you can, walk the arms in, thumbs touching, arms still nice and long. And then from here, slowly bringing the hands back beside us. And then from here, we're just gonna come forward onto our knees into a plank, lower down as we come down onto our belly. So here on our belly, we're gonna extend the arms out to the side nice and long and just turn the head to the right. Because then from here, we're gonna go ahead and take the right hand beside your head, keep the left arm long in that T, and then we're just gonna roll over onto the left side. So from here, we've got the right foot as it kicks down. You still have that other arm extended out so that we're getting a nice good stretch through that shoulder. So the arm is still long. I'm gonna go the other way. Got a nice long arm, and I'm over on my side. Use the foot as a kickstand. Arm is nice and long in that T, stretching that bicep, that shoulder. Hold it here, one more breath. And then we're just gonna roll back to that side and come back onto that belly. And now all we're gonna do is go the opposite direction. So here we go. Rolling onto that side, going the other way. And I can't remember which way is the other way. That's it this way. Perfect. So again, using that foot as your kickstand, as your roll to your side. Arm is nice and long, that T, shoulder, bicep stretch. And rolling back onto our bellies. And just one more stretch for those arms as we stay on our bellies. Anyone who's pregnant, for this next one, you can come to your hands and your knees, and I'll show you what to do. But if you can stay on your belly, you're gonna take the hands by the side with the pinkies towards you, so the palms are down at the ground. You're gonna lift up one leg, put the hand underneath, and then lift up the other leg and put the hand underneath. And now we're just gonna try and get comfortable, which is very hard here, but you're gonna turn the head to the side. Now, you've got the arms underneath you, and again, the palms are on the ground, the palms aren't up, the palms are down. You're gonna try and walk those hands together, wiggle the hips, and again, just stretching the shoulders and the biceps. And the head, if you're not comfortable sideways, you can put the chin down, but just find a comfortable place to rest that head, that neck. And if you're not as comfortable with those hands as far underneath, just try and turn them down, put them underneath a little bit. So again, nice big long bicep stretch. Really primarily those biceps. And to my pregnant people, hands and knees, you can come back into a child's pose. Sorry, I forgot that's a little late, but I don't think anyone's pregnant here on us. But anyways, one more nice deep breath. And then all you're gonna do is you're gonna kind of pick up the hip a little bit, wiggle an arm out, pick up the other hip, wiggle it out, and sit back now into your child's pose. So sitting back now, extending your arms and feeling that stretching a little bit differently. Although this child's pose stretches your biceps, really that belly stretch where you have the arms underneath really stretches those biceps as well as our side leg stretch. And then from here, bringing those hands back beside you. Slowly, we're gonna make our way up. And then from here, we're just gonna cross those legs, uncross, come back. And as we slowly roll ourselves down, making our way to our final moments of relaxation into our Shavasana. Find some room, find some space. Just to slowly roll yourself down with reverbrated time. Use the belly control, keep that chest lifted. Taking it down, down, down. And once you're down, arms out overhead, point through the toes, stretch through the arms. Give that belly a nice big stretch. And then from here, bring the hands down by your side, one knee in, the other knee in, grab a hold of the shins. And then just give me some little circles, one direction. And then circling the other way. And then just rocking it out side to side, little back release. And then next, as we make our way into our final posture for Shavasana, traditional posture is corpse pose with the legs extended, arms extended by your side, legs relaxed. But I encourage you to go anywhere you're comfortable. We're almost done with our practice. I encourage you, if you do, just have the next few minutes to try and close your eyes. If you need a little more darkness, you can take a towel, cover up those eyes. And just take a moment for yourself. A few minutes of peace, relaxation, even if there's something going on around you. Unless a child's screaming and needs help, they might be able to wait a minute or two. Depends. But if you can, just close those eyes. Just continue to breathe. Just letting the last 45 minutes wash over and through your body. And just keep your eyes closed and continue to breathe. Slowly bringing some awareness back into that body. You can move those fingers, those toes, those arms, those legs. Even that head side to side. We're just going to bring a little bit of thought, a little bit of movement back into that body. When you're ready, rolling over onto the side of your choice. Anyone who's pregnant should go to their left side. Everybody else just choose a side. Remain here for a moment. Motherhood is a choice you make every day to put someone else's happiness and well-being ahead of your own, to teach the hard lessons, to do the right thing, even when you're unsure what the right thing is, and to forgive yourself over and over again for doing everything wrong. And again, that quote is, motherhood is a choice you make every day to put someone else's happiness and well-being ahead of your own, to teach the hard lessons, to do the right thing, even when you're not sure what the right thing is, and to forgive yourself over and over again for doing everything wrong. That's a quote from Donna Ball. And I want to add to that, doing everything wrong at the same time as doing everything right. And when you're ready, bring yourself up to your seated position, back where we began our practice. As we make our way into our Mother's Day, I want to wish you all a wonderful, wonderful Mother's Day. Remember, we're doing the best that we can, and some might go well and some things might not, but as we continue, it's just our journey as we can go. And I want you guys all to have a wonderful Mother's Day and a blessed week, and hopefully I'll see you next Friday. Namaste. Thanks, you guys. I'll unmute you, and I think, yeah, next Wednesday at 10, we'll, let's unmute you all. There we go. Unmuted everybody, unless you still have yourself muted. Next Wednesday at 10 to 10:30, I'm going to be doing a Pop Pilates class. So if you have never done Pop Pilates, it's an abbreviated version. It's core work and some cardio, but yeah, mostly belly, back, etc. So if you want to join me, I'll put something out there and see if you guys want to come. All right, so if anybody has any questions, anything to say, feel free to stay. I've got my sister, I've got my niece and her son, I don't know what Noah is. I say my great nephew, but that's wrong. Anyways, I've got my friends from near and far and my other fitness instructors. So thank you for joining me, Shelby and Wendy, and my people from the past.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hi, Noah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Katie.
Hi, Noah.
Hi, Sabrina.
Say hi.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyway.
Bye. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Love you guys. Thanks.
Love you too.
Sabrina.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Kate.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Katie.
Good
You're
class.
welcome.
Have a good
Thanks.
Mother's Day.
Thanks, you guys too.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.